guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mariana and I'm ready to invite you into my second decade of February journey. As you can see in front of you, I have been making some purchases and I have some cross-stitching acquisitions to share with you. That is why I'm going to start my decades video a little bit different. I'm not going to start with the progress and the projects that I plan to work on during this decade, and instead I'm going to share with you my recent acquisitions. They have been a few, and honestly not all of them arrived on time. Some of them arrived like yesterday, before I was ready to film the finished decade. So I'm happy that they are here. The first one is this beautiful, I mean, even the box is beautiful. I think it has, it's either Mereshka's kit or Dimensions kit on the preview. I'm not quite sure because I tend to mix them, those designs. You know, I'm talking about something called European Bistro, and there's another name, I don't know. So this lovely box, I have already opened it because I have zero patience when it comes to cross stitching. This box came to me from 5-Stitch store. The moment I opened this box, it reminded me it reminded me the way that Painting Fairy store packs their packages. So I think there may be some relation between them, but I don't know, and I'm not going to claim that. As in the previous package, it has the same set of scissors, the same, I guess, parking things. I don't know how they are called because I don't use them, and a set of 26 needles. I'm not going to unpack that because I'm pretty sure it's not the most interesting part of the parcel, yes. So there's a gift again. And here come the projects themselves. Straight away, I must say that the offers that you can find on the 5-Stitch store and on Painting Fairy are quite different. In which way? I think that Painting Fairy has a wider collection of like multicolored patterns, like Hade, how do you pronounce Heaven and Earth designs, and the 5-Stitch store has more designer projects. And what is more important, that the 5-Stitch store states that they have all their rights like reserved to those patterns and to those designs. I'm not either supporting or disagreeing with the statement. I'm just saying, because I know that some of you may have some questions about the copyright and blah blah. Anyway, when I was unpacking my Painting Fairy store, some of you mentioned, I didn't want to like unpack all of them, not because I didn't want to, because I didn't think that it would be interesting for you to look at. But some of you mentioned that you actually want to have a closer, a more detailed look into what's inside each kit. So this time I'm not going to repeat my mistakes. I'm sorry about the crackling noises, but you know. So yeah, this is how the preview looks. I must say that the preview, I'm sorry, shaking a bit. The preview looks like it is not a cross stitch pattern, but a painting of sorts. Maybe just a preview from the what's it called, from the program. I'm pretty sure that it's gonna look differently in real life. I have already researched this this design, and it is made by Ukrainian designer, but well, it says designer Ksenia, but I'm not sure if it's the full name. I forgot, so I'm sorry about that. I want to draw your attention to the paper chart. I think that if you compare it to Painting Fairy, you would see that the Painting Fairy's chart is a lot smaller, and if you are stitching, I mean, it's a printed canvas kit, so it doesn't make that much sense. But sometimes, you know, the canvas print may be a bit confusing. So if you want to double check if you are choosing the right floss color, you sometimes refer to the pattern. So as you can see, the canvas size is like twice, if not 3 times smaller than the paper chart. I'm not sure if I'm going to be using the paper chart. I think that I am either going to stick to the printed canvas version, or there's a chance that I'm going to order the digital pattern from the designer, because I like tracking. So let's see. I mean, it's going to be quite large. It says like it is 250 by 200 in stitches. I don't know if there is something in centimeters. I believe not. Well, anyhow, the pattern is going to be quite large, and one of the main reasons I've chosen it is because it reminds me of my country, of my childhood. I mean, there is a little chance that you will spot such a old-fashioned hat in any of the villages in Ukraine, like in 2026. But back in the time when I was still growing up, there were those hats, maybe not with like this straw roof, but something similar. And the birds. I know for sure that not everywhere in Ukraine, not in every part of Ukraine, I mean further to the east, these birds don't come. They stick primarily to the west of Ukraine and the central part of it, and they're like, I don't know the name. They are not cranes, maybe some relative of cranes, but one of the main peculiarities of those birds, well, they symbolize loyalty, that's for sure, and they always seek, they always nest closer to where people live. I mean, there are a lot of abandoned houses in Ukraine, and even if you see the nest close to the abandoned house, the birds don't come to that house anymore, because I don't know, maybe they like company, or also there is one, I don't know if it's a legend, tradition, or belief, but it is said that when these birds start nesting next to your house, there's going to be a baby in the house. I mean, someone is going to be born. So there's that. So now you know why I chose it. I mean, because it resonates with me. But even if it doesn't resonate with you because you were born in a different part of the world, it is absolutely gorgeous. It's so colorful. It's so vibrant. I haven't counted. Sorry. Haven't counted the... Oh my god, it has 97 colors. This includes both solids and blends. So it is going to be fun. So I think I definitely need to order the digital pattern. But if you look at the pattern, it is, all the stitches are like organized in quite logical groups. So it may be simpler to finish to stitch and to finish than it initially seems. Well, but as I said, I like tracking progress. So this is the color palette, and since we have 97 colors, I mean not all of them are solid, maybe like a half, maybe 50 colors. Yes, we have 3 different organizers, so I suppose they're like around 50-60 colors. So you won't get bored in terms of the color palette. So yeah, by the way, if you like this or any other kits that I'm going to show, I have the store gave me a promo code that you can use. It's like for 5% discount. I'm going to mention the discount code as well as the links to these kits in the description below, so you can check it out for yourself. Okay, moving on. I know, Christmas time, Christmas holidays already passed us, but I couldn't resist this beautiful cat. The only thing, I believe I haven't found the digital pattern. I mean, I haven't found the design there. I haven't found the place to get the digital pattern from. I don't have a ginger cat. Mine are gray, blue, and black, but the cat is a cat. I love cats. So once again, look at this Christmas magic. I don't know, Christmas, such a magical time of the year. I wish it lasted longer. Oh, it's called Christmas Miracle. I haven't even read the title. Once again, it has 58 colors, and I'm kind of confused by what this says. 1/4 all for one strand. What does it mean? Oh no. You have half stitches and you have on top of regular stitches 1/4. Yeah, that's gonna be not the most pleasant experience on the printed canvas. I don't know. I hope there aren't many of those 1/4 stitches, because I mean, I don't mind them when you're using even weave, but on such a harsh printed canvas, no, it's no fun to stitch. But maybe just I haven't. Oh yeah, it's somewhere. I see one in the muzzle. I mean, not in the muzzle, but in the cat's eyes. I see 1/4, and so far I cannot find other examples. Well, it doesn't matter. But at the end of the day, I think I will acquire a digital pattern and I'm going to be stitching according to it. And I think if I see that it is possible to use a full stitch instead of a 1/4 stitch, I will do that. It doesn't bother me much. I mean, it's not like we're stitching human faces here, so yeah. The color palette is once again magnificent. There's a fair share of like chocolate browns and other browns, which aren't my favorite colors per se. But I mean, how do you complete this, I don't know if it's a table or maybe if it's a floor without grays. Even if you look from afar, the pattern looks simple. I mean, you just see outlines of a single color, like in the windows, even on the cat. So I don't think that it's gonna be difficult. I hope it's not going to be difficult. But anyway, I'm happy that I have it. Tell me what you think about this cat on the Christmas night or Christmas miracle kit. How do you like it? I know, as I said, it's not the time. Maybe I should have been getting something about with the flowers and stuff, but I just couldn't go. I just couldn't get past this beauty. This one is the choice of my husband. I don't know any of thoughts or ideas that he was motivated by when choosing this pattern, but I have nothing against it because I love mushrooms in cross stitch, in stitching, and it's such a lovely name, Fairy Lighthouse. I love everything magical, and I mean, yes, it's surreal because who would have placed a lighthouse next to a mushroom? Makes no sense unless it's on the, I don't know, on the shore. Who knows? But I think it looks beautiful, and I'm definitely going to stitch it sometime soon, because one of the point being is that it is quite small. It is in full coverage. Just look at it. I mean, you can probably finish it in the course of a couple days if you just focus on it, but also you can, I mean, like in a month, you can finish it in a month. And so maybe I'm going to be making some more starts somewhere around spring or summer, and I think when I run out of my monthly projects, I will be starting something smaller, just for the sake of a beautiful finish. I mean, not just for the sake of it, just for the sake of this beautiful design also. In this case, there isn't that much of flaws, but the colors are probably the most vibrant that we've seen so far. I mean, it's quite understandable. Yeah, this is how the pattern looks like. Also logical. And I just hope that the back stitch is counted. So far it seems like it is, which is great, because going in the middle of the square with the harsh Ada isn't the most pleasant task of all. 43 colors. I mean, design. It's the blessing, the curse of the designer. Patterns, they have lots of colors, lots of backstitch, but then they come to life like beautifully. Also, the designer name is XFree Stitch. I think I found it, but I don't know. All the things are already mixed in my head, so I'm not sure about it. But I think that all of the designers, all of the patterns that I've got from 5-Stitch Store are from Ukrainian designers. So usually you can find their patterns somewhere on Instagram. I mean, you can reach out to them and buy those patterns, which I probably will be doing when I start. Oh, for some reason I thought that it was another lighthouse, but no. It's just a little ship. I think that I'm going to be stitching this pattern and I'm going to make a quite understandable, quite predictable wish. I would like to go somewhere to the sea this summer. So yeah, another, oh, it has like what, 29 colors? 29 solids. I think that when you look on the preview, you automatically assume that it's going to be much smaller than it actually is. And this surprised me as well, because this circle is quite large. I think it probably has around 10,000 stitches, including half stitch and back stitch. So it is quite significant. As for the colors, only 36, including solids and blends. So yet another fast start and medium finish. I wouldn't say that I would finish it in the course of 1 month, probably 2, 3, or maybe even 4, considering the number of ongoing projects that I have in my stash, and considering the fact that I'm going to be starting more and more, because the number doesn't bother me. You know, I've recently heard another cross stitcher speaking about how many projects she has in her stash, and she said that she is not afraid of starting more, because we live in such a turbulent world, in such a, hectic world and turbulent times, so you never know what's gonna happen tomorrow. It's better to get the dream pattern right here, right now, than never get it, or something like that. I hope you got my point. Also, in the kit, in the package, together with kits from 5 Stitch store, came a piece of pre-colored, marble colored Ada canvas. It is 40 by 50. It suits my usual selection of bigger projects, so I thank the store. I think I'm going to be, I will use it someday. Not sure for which pattern, but I will. So you can, the colors are quite exact on camera as they are in real life. It probably would be yet another great canvas for one of Mirabilia's or Bella Filipinas. This is my first anchor kit. Is it anchor, Maia? Yes, it's like gold collection of anchor. This is my gloves. This is I've seen this so many times, but I've never, I wouldn't say that I've never considered. Maybe I have had some thoughts, but then when I was making my January starts, I was trying the brands that I haven't used, the kits that I haven't used before, and it occurred to me, why not do the same with some new kits? Why not to try some new brands? Old new, so to speak, brands. And since I've never had an anchor kit in my collection, I decided to go with it. And when I was ordering the kit, the seller told me that for some reason the brand chooses to discontinue this exact peacock pattern. By the way, how is it called? Just the peacock. So it's supposed to be discontinued sometime soon. I'm not going to unwrap it. I'm sorry about that, because there's no way in the world that I would fold it back together this beautifully. Understandably, lots of purples and blues and greens, and These are the colors. Oh, there are 2 rows. I thought it was just a single row. So I've heard that Anchor collection kits are packed with like full, how's it called? Full floss. Not just some of them are like hanged on the organizer. Some of them are still remaining here. I think, judging by this full colors, you can predict in which way the palette will shift as you continue stitching. I'm going to show you part of the pattern. Here it looks absolutely readable and doable. Why am I drawing? I mean, what I'm looking at is the back stitch. And the main reason why I'm looking at it is because I've heard many people say that Anchor kits have lots of 1/4 stitches. But here it seems like the pattern is completely logical. Well, I will look into it closely when I start the pattern. So yeah, it's a spoiler. Spoiler alert, I'm going to be starting it. Why I drew attention to the counted back stitch and 1/4 quarters, because when I was ordering the pattern, I also ordered 2 sets. I mean, I'm going to show you another. I'm going to show you another kit. So I simultaneously ordered 2 sets of even weave. This is called Levada. It's a Ukrainian produced even weave. It corresponds with a 30-second count of like Swagger or something. Because the original kit comes, I don't know if you can see it, but it's also 16 count Ada. So that's why I decided that I'm going to substitute it. But I already know that it is full coverage pattern, and if there are no quarter stitches and no uncounted backstitch, I mean the backstitch into the middle of the square, I'm going to change the Ada because I think it's Twigart Ada. Oh, hold up, let me check. I don't see where it says whose production Ada it is. Well, it doesn't matter. I believe it is. I mean, it feels nice to the touch, so I might not be changing it after all. So, just look at this beauty. Again, I don't know, peacocks are magnificent birds. Actually, I have also a printed kit with 2 peacocks. It's on 11th count, and it's like 1.5 meters in width. It's probably 1/2 meter in, I mean, 1.5 meters in length and 1/2 meter in width. I call it my retirement fund. I plan to stitch it when I get old and my eyesight gets worse. So yeah, moving on. Another brand that I haven't tried before is Weedy Wee. It is Ukrainian brand. I know that before they were like specializing on beaded embroidery, not counted cross stitch, but from a couple of years ago they started producing more and more canted cross stitch patterns, and I've heard people going crazy about their recent samplers. When I checked their collection, I understood why so many people are like head over heels about this brand, and I decided to test them. I ordered this beautiful The History of the House with Roses. I mean, I love roses and I love this name. There's a really creative approach to the cross stitch. I truly like it. Hopefully someday in the future I will have a house like that. Maybe I will even make a wish when I start stitching it. So yeah, once again, since it is a new brand for me, I don't know what it contains. Well, I will certainly be ordering a digital pattern for it. Hold up, I want to show you. I mean, the chart is a bit, leaves much to be desired, because when you look at this part, it is as hard to make out as it looks on camera. So I think that they should probably put some more effort into the pattern, because if you're using a paper chart, not only it is small, comparing to those printed kits that I've been showing you earlier, it is also like unclear. It says somewhere, yeah, that you can, for convenience of the embroidery process, you can order a digital pattern PDF. I think I will reach out to the brand and get the pattern, whether they have a PDF or maybe they share Saga files, which would be even nicer. As in the case with Pink Rose designs, the colors are pretty much like dusty. Oh, there are like 3 organizers, 44 colors. Wow, impressive. Does it say what type of floss they use? Not that I can see. I'm not sure if it's DMC or any other, but surely it is the numbers are in DMC floss. But I'm not sure as for if it's actually the floss used in the kit. Also, like you have this here, there's the organizer, and I think like these are additional. Oh, for some reason there's an organizer. There's number 30 and number 32, and then there's number 31 additionally in this small package. Oh, the same goes for 19 and 20. I think that whoever was packing this made a mistake, so that they decided to fix it in this way. The design comes with 16 count Ada. I don't know whose production, doesn't look like it's Swagger, but it doesn't matter, because I have already made up my mind that this sampler should be stitched on even weave, and one of the pieces of even weave that I showed earlier is going to go for this pattern. I'm 80% sure that I'm going to start this beautiful pattern in summer. Maybe transition between spring and summer, but I can't resist it. Oh. The last one is my part of my Valentine's Day present for my husband, because I say part of it because it's just a small additional part, because initially I ordered a new perfume, Marc Jacobs Daisy Love. I'm a huge fan of perfume. I have like countless scents, and I cannot stop buying more. So, but then I decided that the holiday without a cross stitch wouldn't be a holiday. So that's why I ordered this beautiful water lilies design. I know that it is, let me put this way, Joy Sandy was inspired by Luca Ass's original pattern, which is probably called somewhere along the lines with the lilies. But the reason I didn't get an original kit was because, you know, I have a fair share of Luca S kits in my collection, and I don't mind investing into their patterns, but they have some kits which I like, but not to the point of over investing. And if I see a more affordable copy, especially with the one that comes on printed canvas, I will lean into the second option. So here it is, water lilies from, let's say, Joy Sandy. How many colors do we have here? 45. 45. I don't know if there are any blends. I don't think that there are any blends in this kit, but so far this is my favorite palette. Not too many greens, not too many browns, just the beautiful vibrant blues, pinks, and purples. But I have a pattern, a digital pattern, which was probably made from an original kit. Let's check if there are any blends. Oh, I hope I'm not shaking you. French knot, backstage. No, I don't think there are any blends, which is good when it comes to printed canvas. I have an original digital pattern, and what this kit doesn't contain is golden metallic floss, because I think maybe it's the middle. Yes, probably that's the middle part of each lotus or water lily flower is done in sparkling metallic floss, but that's not a problem. I have a lot of golden metallic floss in my stash, so I will definitely do my own adjustments to this kit whenever I start it. Honestly, I want to start it now. I love water lilies, and I've been like waiting for this kit to come like forever. But on the other hand, I have so many printed canvas kits started already. I don't know, tough choice. There was something else that I wanted. Oh, there are French knots in this kit. I mean, you can see them scattered all around the pattern, and my current and initial thought would be to substitute that into beads. But that's not a final decision. We'll see how it goes when I decide to stitch and finish this pattern. So yeah, this is the last kit in this batch. I hope I didn't bore you with my newest acquisitions. I'm certainly happy about some new additions to my collection, and honestly, every time I get some new kit, I want to start it just like immediately, but then common sense comes in and I just put it into my stash. Anyway, so this is it with my new arrivals. I will leave all the links below so that you can find them easily if you like any of these kits. And now it's time to see what I've actually been stitching during the 10 days of second decade of February. My dragon. Literally, this is how this kit is called originally. It is the kit from brand PANNA, but in my case, it is a self-kitted whip. I started it. Let me check. A long time ago. Hold up. I forgot. When was that? Yes, I started it in 2022. And the last time I did some progress on this beautiful project was in the beginning of 2024. So it goes. I haven't touched this kit for 2 years. One of the reasons is because I left it in Ukraine. When I left Ukraine, it was at home, so I didn't have access to it during the 2024 and most of 2025. So that is one reason, and the other, I don't know, there's no other reason. That is why I decided that it is going to be included into my 2026 decades. As I mentioned in my previous videos, I don't have a single rotation. I don't have a single approach how I choose my kits. In this case, there are two reasons why I want to progress it. First of all, it is already 4 years old, and it's time it gets finished. And the second reason is because it is stitched on probably 10 or 11 count Aida. And I am quite tired of small count canvas, although I don't have many of those in my processes, but still I want to stitch something large this year, at least in the beginning of the year. As you can see, the whole bottom part of this dragon is already done. Statistically speaking, it's done by almost 40%, which is nice. I'm just thinking which way I'm going to go this time. At first I thought maybe I will work on the dragon's chest, but now maybe I should probably even it out a bit. I don't know, so I cannot tell you for sure which way I'm going to go this time, but definitely I want to make some noticeable progress in this pattern and show it to you. I don't know how many myths or legends about dragons, cross-stitching speaking, but one I remembered that a dragon that is holding a sort of a jewel or a pearl. I don't know if it's very noticeable, but he holds a pearl, at least in my opinion. They are supposed to bring, I don't know, happiness, wellness, luck, something like that, something good. So, but that's not the main reason I chosen it. I just like dragons. As I said, it is, in my case, pre-kitted because I didn't have access to an original pattern, so it is stitched in Gamma floss. It is cotton floss. Some of these haven't been started yet. They are still full because this kit is done in 3 or 4 strands. I haven't been working. Yeah, 4 strands, so yeah, you need a lot of floss. for this pattern. I hope it's gonna be enough in my case, because these days I wouldn't be able to purchase more of this type of floss. Hopefully I counted well when I started it. I have its companion. I have showed it to you in my finished works. It's the pink unicorn, but it isn't actually my finish, it is my mom's. But originally I bought it for myself, but then I just share it with my mom. I would love to get or start other this is going to be a pillowcase, and it's going to be in shape of the animal, and I would like to get other animals, because there is cat, squirrel, bear. I probably have the digital patterns stashed somewhere on my devices, probably in the cloud, but as for the original kit, it is inaccessible, unfortunately. I don't know. Let's focus on this dragon and see how much it grows in the course of the next 10 days. It's been 10 days and I'm ready to show you some, I would say, pretty nice progress on the cushion pillow from PANNA, which is called My Dragon. You can see the preview. It's gonna be absolutely gorgeous when after I finish it. And I must say that I am absolutely delighted with the progress I managed to make on this project. It's almost 2,000 more stitches I added to this whip. I wasn't sure which part I was going to go, but there were some remaining parts here, so I decided I would fill them out first, and then I didn't want to change these hoops, because these are the hoops from Norway, but they are great. I mean, they hold the canvas pretty well. I mean, not pretty well, very well, but the thing is, they are very difficult, challenging, I would even say, to manage on your own. I have to ask my husband to help me to put the canvas in, otherwise, because it's like you secure one side and then the other pops up. So yeah, after I hooked the canvas, I didn't want to go to any other. I didn't want to move much into any other directions. I mean, when I had some leftover floss, I just work in this area, and then I secured even some floss here, but I didn't have the room to proceed, so I just left it this way. As you can see, I don't really remember how much. I think it was 43% when I started it, and I continued progressing it, and now over 47% through this pattern. I have like a little more than 12,000 stitches left, so I'm very hopeful about this whip. I hope that it's gonna not only finish this year, but also become a touchable cushion. I have this weird idea that the front part will be like the stitched part, and the back of the cushion should be like soft velvety side part, probably in violet or in teal colors. I don't know if I'm going to find the material like that, but well, I'll think about it when I'm gonna be like closer to the end of the process. Anyhow, I managed to stitch with these beautiful purple colors. Honestly, I made a couple mistakes, because as you can see, I don't know if you can tell on the camera that this color and this color, they are different. But when you stitch under like lamplight, and when you're distracted by watching a video on YouTube or some TV series, It is easy to mistake one for another, and here it was supposed to be like this navy blue, and I mistook it for this darker navy blue. So this, but I don't think it's that noticeable. If I didn't tell you, you wouldn't have noticed, and I'm pretty sure that people that have no experience and aren't watching my videos wouldn't be able to tell. Besides, it's not like the face or something, so that I made a mistake. So yeah, 2000 plus on my dragon in the second decade of February. I'm thrilled about it. Another project that I plan to work on during the second decade of February is going to be a famous Victorian charm from Dimensions. However, in my case, it is a replica. It is on Joy Sunday. It is from another Chinese brand, but so far I've been stitching according to the digital pattern, which was created on the basis of original kit, so it coincides perfectly with the Chinese replica, and I'm very satisfied with everything, with the process, with the progress, like everything. This is how much I've already done, and this project I started it back in 2023. So in April of 2026 it's going to be 3 years. This is for how long the process has been in my whips. So that is one of the reasons I've chosen it to add to my 2026 goals, because I would like to finish it this year. It has a little less than 20,000 stitches remaining on this project, and I hope that it will be a finish by the end of the year. Maybe even faster, who knows. So now you know the reason why I chosen this pattern. Also, I would like to add that the original kit came with white canvas, and I didn't have to. I could have stitched on a white canvas and fill in the white spots with, I think the kit comes not with navy blue but with black floss, so you have to like fill in with black. Surely I didn't want to do that. I found this navy blue canvas in one of my other kits. Well, I don't know. The camera shows it like almost blue, almost black, but it isn't. It is more to the bluer side than to the black side. So I think in reality it's gonna be looking closely like the original kit. I don't know. I'm pretty sure that you can get the original kit from Dimensions. It is the regular collection. It's not the gold collection, but the regular collection. So it is available. I think I've seen it available, although I might be mistaken. I've been watching so many videos and people's new arrivals that might be confusing things. Anyway, in my case it is a replica, but I stitch according to the digital pattern which has been created by the original kit, so the outcome, I think it looks no worse than the original one would look. What else? I don't know. I just know that I want to progress it in this decade. I don't know how much progress I will make. As for where I'm going to be working, I think I would like to even out this side a little bit, so probably either on the left or maybe the left in the middle. We'll see how. I'll be following the pattern So where it takes me, but surely somewhere here. So yeah. One more thing. At this point, this project is done by 43%. Well, we'll see how many more percent I'll be able to add in the course of 10 years. 10 years, 10 days. 10 days of February. One more process that progressed very well during the second decade of February was Victorian charm from Dimensions. In my case, it is a replica. In the beginning, in the before part, I was telling you that I wasn't sure as to which side I'm going to be working on, because they were like pretty much even, both the left and the right side. But then, I don't know, I just decided to go to the left. And I managed to, first of all, I'm sorry about the fact that the canvas is pretty much crinkled, but I didn't want to iron it because I'm very afraid that I'm going to be sealing the marking in, or maybe some dust and other dirt into like fur and stuff. So I didn't want to iron it. I hope that you will forgive me for that. But since the canvas is pretty large, well, you have to crinkle it in a way so that it just doesn't get in the way of stitching. So apologies if it sets you off, but it's a work in progress. So I think that it's going to look better when I'm done. I mean, it's gonna be flawless. Let's put it that way. Anyhow, getting back to what I've been doing, I've been working on this side of the street lamp and on like the porch roof part. I don't know how it's properly called. So I did all the stitching and a fair share of back stitching. I mean, somewhere where it was possible without the stitches being fully finished. I know that it might not like it, but I added over 1900 stitches to this process. I was kind of amazed because I've done it in 2 days, and in one day it was Sunday, I suppose. Yeah, it was after Valentine's. It was the 15th of February. I added over 1300 in one day to this process, and that's the speed. This is the stitching speed that I used to have, but I don't really have anymore because I don't have that much time to dedicate to cross stitching, unfortunately. So yeah, my work is almost 49% through. It is closer to the equator, and I have like 17,500 stitches left before finishing it. So fingers crossed that it's gonna be finished and framed in this year, finally. I don't remember. Yeah, I started it back in April of 2024 or 23. So it is high time I finish it. I don't know. For some reason the camera version doesn't look as vibrant as it looks in real life. It looks a bit duller. I don't know, maybe just because that I'm filming and it's sunny outside, so that the camera doesn't respond that well. But yeah, overall, I mean, I've been satisfied with this project the moment I started it, so there are no mixed or harsh feelings about it. I like it. I'm going to finish it, I'm going to frame it, and I will enjoy it. That's for sure. If if you wonder whether it is too complicated to work on, if you're a beginner or something, or you've never stitched any of Dimensions kits, because very often I hear that Dimension kits, they are so complicated. They are not. I mean, yeah, they have a different combination of stitches, but that's about it. It's not like a multicolored heaven and earth design. It's much easier. So if you want to try Dimensions, I would definitely suggest stitching the Victorian charm. Besides, it is believed to make your housing wishes come true. I mean, people say that if you make a wish and then you finish this work, you will get a house or a flat, or you will move somewhere. I mean, for me, I remember that I talked about it probably in my first video. I remember that I said that when I started it, I was kind of hoping that it will help us to move into our new house, but instead we moved to another country. So it does work, but you know, it works in mysterious ways. So yeah, anyhow, this is my February progress. I am satisfied, more than. Those of you who have been following my Starts marathon know that this Viburnum painting, or in my mind Ukrainian Hot in Summer, is one of my most recent starts. So you might be wondering why it is, why I added it to my 2026 goals. For once, I really like the process. Secondly, I really like the pattern, and it has been in my collection for quite a long time. And thirdly, it isn't very large in terms of stitches. Let me check how many stitches it has. Just a second. It has 15,000 stitches remaining. This includes everything: the beading, the back stitch, and full stitch and half stitch. Yes, it has a bit of half stitching too. So that's why I decided to add it to my decade rotation. I'll remind you how it looks at the moment. I don't want to press it because I'm gonna be hooping it like today probably. This is how much I have done. This is 6% of the full process. It is absolutely easy to work on. I honestly wonder why it remained in my collection for so long. I think, I don't know if I showed it to you. I don't remember. This is the companion. This is the winter. I mean, it doesn't have a name, but it is the wintertime companion for this one. Believe me, it looks nice in terms of the blue palette, but it's gonna look absolutely stunning when finished, because this one also contains, this is too small of a preview to be able to see, but it also has a lot of decorative elements and a lot of decorative stitches. I've seen people finish it, so it's going to be amazing. I think I'm going to be asking my parents-in-law to bring it from Ukraine the next time they arrive, because I'm fully confident that I would like to have those pictures both framed and decorating my house sometime in the future. So back to the present. I haven't been thinking much about which way I'm gonna go. I don't know if I'm gonna be going up. I think that I am quite certain that I'm not going to be doing the decorative works at the moment, but that may change, so I don't promise it. Like this is probably the part I'm in, so I can go up here, or maybe going down here to the sunflowers. Honestly, I love sunflowers in stitching, and I think I have, yes, I have a project from Magic Needle with sunflowers, and I have a fair share of sunflowers in my collection. But for some reason, even though I like them, I don't stitch them quite often. I don't stitch them at all, not quite often, just at all. So this is going to be the first time I'm stitching. No, the second time, because I have a Magic Needle kit. So I don't know if I'm going to be moving up or moving down. Tough choice, but in 10 days we'll see which direction I decided to go. Viburnum painting from Magic Moment. One of my most recent starts, and it is already 14% through. So this is my February progress. I remember that I told you that I was planning, hoping to go to the bottom and work on the sunflowers, but then those empty circles were bothering me, so that's why I decided to fill them in. So this whole part is already finished. I mean, in terms of stitches, all that remains is the beading. I was tempted to start beading, but then I kind of tried to contain myself, because I realized that I'm going to be moving hoops back and forth, and the beading might, if not break, then maybe just gets misplaced or something. I know it doesn't seem like it, but I've added 1200 stitches on this pattern. So as I said, I'm already at 14% through, 14% even. I have a little less than 14,000 stitches left. So I think that it was a nice progress. I mean, I added over 7% in one run, which is great. But at one point I was getting bored, because I was working with green colors primarily, and which I am not a fan of, not a great fan of. That's the one part that kind of bothered me. The other thing that bothered me was that I cannot figure out what is this supposed to be. I mean, logically it's supposed to be a Viburnum bush or something, but they did not actually look like that in real life. On the other hand, I know that there's a fair share of like creative approach from the designer, so the tree doesn't have to look like an actual tree. So that's why I was trying to calm myself down a little bit. I think it is the Viburnum tree, and after the beading it's gonna resemble it, because you know the beads will be like the berries that the tree is known for. I don't know if you have this kind of bush or tree anywhere else than the Western Europe. I'm not sure. I don't like the taste of these berries, but they are said that they have like great anti-inflammatory power. I remember my grandma used to force me when I was a kid to take like 1 tablespoon of those. I don't know. It's like it wasn't a liquor. It was like a syrup or something. It was so bitter. The only thought about it makes me kind of cringe inside and out. So yeah, I don't know if you tasted those berries, because I know that some people adore those berries. They say they're like tasty and stuff. For me, no. I don't like the smell. I just like the look of the tree and the berries, not the taste, for sure. So, getting back to reality, tell me what you what do you think about this progress on my recent start. I think it deserves some applaud. I can't wait, honestly, I can't wait to proceed with the beading and proceed with kind of decorative part of the pattern. Some, you know, fantasy flowers and stuff. I think that these are supposed to be poppies. I mean, this does definitely look like a poppy. These flowers, not so much. This is how Viburnum berry, I don't know the name, Viburnum berry set looks like, that's for sure. So yeah, also I kind of dread of these rococo stitches. I'm not sure if I'll handle them well, but well, time will see. There's always the first time for everything. So yeah, Viburnum painting for 14% through, check. Another work to be progressed in the second decade of February is going to be Madonna with Grapes by Maina's painting. I'm sorry if I pronounced the painter's surname, last name incorrectly. Even though I do like stitching reproductions, I'm not really that familiar with the world of the artists. I know like the famous, you know, Van Gogh, Monet, Da Vinci and stuff. So yeah, this is how my process looks at the moment. I believe it is somewhere over 60% through. Yes, it is 61, but this is a huge project. It is 47 by 33 centimeters, and that's 16 count Ada, so it is quite impressive. All in all, it has like 67,000 stitches. It is a pattern from Golden Arc, and I have been working on it since I believe 2021. Hold up, I need to double check everything so that I don't, yes, I had it in my works from 2021. It is a present from my mom. In December of 2021, my maternal grandma and my mom's mom passed away. So my mom was visiting Ukraine, and you know, we were we were all sad, because losing your close one is never a pleasant thing, but we were trying to raise one another's mood, and it was the holiday season kind of coming, so my mom chose to make me a present, and she bought me this kit. I remember at that time it was quite expensive. I believe it was somewhere around 2,000 hryvnias. So in US dollars equivalent, it was like $50. And it is quite expensive for Ukraine. So yeah, she got me this present, and it has been stuck with me for, it hasn't been stuck, not that I don't like it, I love it. And that's why it deserves to be finished in this year. I've been planning to finish it, I think, in 2022, 2023, 2024. Then I stopped planning in 2025 because I had a lot of work to do on this project. And now again, I plan to finish it. No, I don't plan. I would love to finish it, to finish and frame it in 2026. By 5th. I wouldn't say it's called an anniversary of my grandma's passing. I mean, we've been close with my grandma because I grew up with her. So I think it would be a nice tribute to both to my mom and to my grandma, because you know it is connected to a lot of sad memories, but on the other hand, there's room for positivity. Well, at least in my mind, in my perception. I don't know. I'm a bit blabbering because I kind of get emotional when I remember. Anyhow, this project is 60% through. I would love to finish it by the end of 2026. As for where I would like to go in this decade, I mean, the easiest way would be to fill in these blanks, because I made the outline, so the simplest thing is to just take one color or plot and just fill it in. But I know that it wouldn't be as interesting for you to observe as it would be, as easy it would be for me to stitch. So I probably will work somewhere here. I know for sure that I don't want to go to the Madonna's face, because it is the most, it is the most interesting, one of the most interesting elements on the pattern. So I will be just evening it out. So I think I will be working here, and so that it kind of goes like this, progressing from right to left. Yeah. I mean, this project is large, but it isn't difficult in no regard. I mean, it has a lot of colors. It has a fair share, I believe it has a fair share of blends, but it stitches like so simple because the pattern itself is well thought out. So I do applaud the designer, which is Golden Arc, if I haven't said that before. Yeah, so let's see how much the Madonna with grapes is going to grow in the next 10 days of February. Madonna with Grapes by Mingard's painting, 3,000 stitches plus. Well, not quite. I mean, this is how the work is going to look like. You might wonder, how did I add so many stitches in this project? Well, I found this time I started working on this project, I found two mistakes. First of all, I made a mistake. I mean, it's not an actual mistake. Here, this should be one more line of gridding. I don't know why I stopped here. How was I counting? But it was a long time ago, so I don't remember how I did that. But there's one line, this one row missing, so I'll have to edit. And that was the first mistake. The second mistake, as you can see, this part has been finished when I was showing you the before version, and I didn't add a single stitch there. But for some reason, in my on my digital pattern, I didn't track that progress. So on my digital pattern, this whole part was like still unstitched, so I had to delete all these rows, and it was like 1700 stitches. So I mean, take away 1700 from 3000 stitches I've done, and what we have is honest 1300 progress on Madonna with grapes. For some time I was thinking about progressing it up and down, like from here up, but then I figured that I will be getting bored, because this design is made in such a way that it kind of each part contains the same colors. For example, this part is blue and brown. This part is like reds and nudes, neutral colors. This one is also neutrals and brown. Here you have neutrals and green. So I figured that I'm gonna be getting bored, and that may slow down my progress. So I decided to move from right to left. I've been trying, I arrived at this point and I decided to even it out. But as you can see, the blue part of the project isn't fully finished because I ran out of time. I had to film the decade, so I left it like that. But even without it, I've been working also here on the hand of the baby, on the arm of the baby. But I didn't want to like cut off the floss when I finished like this part, so I've been working up. So there's some progress here, but then I was just evening out, working in the same location, in the same part. As of now, my project is almost 66% through, which is nice. I have like almost 23,000 left. It is a significant remaining part. So I don't know which approach I'm going to use to finish it by the end of the year. But even if I don't, it's not like I'm in a competition with myself or with someone else, or if I fail to finish it, I'll lose something. Hopefully not. So yeah, I'm just glad that this project got its 1300 stitches, even if it's like only 2% from the whole piece. Well, step by step, I remember some stitchers saying that even if you add, it's true, even if you add like 100 stitches to project a day, even if it's 50 stitches a day, in the course of a month you will have a noticeable progress. But in the course of a couple months, if you stick consistently to that routine, you may even finish it. So it works. The only critical part is consistency. It's not about the numbers, it's about the consistency. Yeah, that's the philosopher in me speaking. So yeah, this is how my Madonna with grapes look at, what is today? 21st of February or 20th? I don't remember. I hope you like it. I hope you can imagine where the progress went. So tell me your thoughts about it, if you have any. And we'll put it aside until the next month. This is going to be it for me today, guys. I hope you liked my choice of projects to work on the second decade of February. I hope you liked my progress. I am certainly satisfied with how it went. I haven't been making such progress in quite a while, and considering that February is the shortest month of all, I think if I keep up, I'll make like around 18,000 a month. Well, I'll talk about it in my final decade, about how much I managed to stitch in a monthly run. Other than that, I would like to thank you for staying with me, watching my videos, leaving comments. If you are new, please like and subscribe. There's a lot of interesting progresses and starts, spoiler alert, waiting ahead of us. So other than that, please stay safe, enjoy your weather, whatever it may be, even if it's winter, somewhere where you are, because in Italy it's slowly but surely getting closer to spring. We have a lot of spring flowers blooming at the moment, but the sun is still quite missing. A lot of rains have been falling this winter, which is annoying. So yeah, thanks again. I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.